And thanks for staying with us. You're watching Standpoint. We're analyzing the 100 days of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in office. We've been talking about his economic policies, especially as it has to do with the removal of fuel subsidy and how he has responded so far. We've been speaking with the member representing Mushin Federal Constituency 2 in the House of Representatives, Oluwatoyin Moses Fayinka. We've also been speaking with the PDP Chieftain, Dr. P.S. Tokunbo. Thank you both for staying with us. I'm just going to, before we move on to the diplomatic strides of the president, there's a lot to talk about the 100 days, whether it was the time he took to, the president to put his cabinet together, some policies here and there, and then, but two of the biggest issues are the fuel subsidy removal and his diplomatic strides. But I want to let you wrap up on your thought in a minute before we move on to the other issues.
Look, I was trying to emphasize that palliative is a form of, before the big one comes, do with this to ameliorate suffering. It's like you are cooking in the house and then the children are hungry. You could actually give them little things. Eat this while the food is ready. It's better than, can't you see I'm cooking? That is a good parent. He has sent this one out to them that much more better things are coming. Sir, ma, the big elephant in the room is this fuel subsidy. I need to go, and it's gone. President has said this without missing word. It has gone forever. Definitely, this kind of reaction will come. Very many people that are complaining are not the one complaining. The real beneficiary of this that have refused to rechannel the proceed into local economy are the one feeling the pain. Right. So the big elephant in the room has been removed.
I did say a minute.
The gain will come. We are facing the pain. I feel the pain of Nigerians. No doubt about that. But right. Let us persevere.
This is essentially where the problem is. President Tinubu and his people like him don't understand where the problem is. One, you said when they remove subsidy, the people who were benefiting from subsidy are the ones that are suffering. It is we who are benefiting from subsidy, were we not? Paying lower than we are paying now. So who was benefiting from? It was those corrupt cartel that was stealing the subsidy money, but we are the ones suffering. Let me tell you what happened. After this subsidy was removed, the cartel, the marketers went to visit President Tinubu and they thanked him. They were happy he removed the subsidy. Why? The subsidy they were being paid by government is being paid by us, the consumers, now. Because they are not losing anything. We are the ones paying more money for petrol. They are not losing money on what they were selling petrol before. This is the problem that you don't understand. Let's get that straight. We are the ones that are supposed to be benefiting. The consumer is the one supposed to be benefiting from subsidy. So we were benefiting, paying 185 naira per liter. Now we are paying 600. Come on. We are the ones suffering. Those people who can never suffer. They make their money. This is what people don't understand. My job, maybe because I'm a teacher, I am telling you this is where the problem is. Secondly,
and I want to quickly move away from this issue. So I'm just going to move away. But I wanted to say that, look, some have said that these particular monies can then not be used for the larger good of Nigerians.
We will never have enough money from just removing all subsidy.
I mean, we've seen the allocation that has
to do more.
The allocation that has gone to states have increased in the past few months. At least we saw that. And shouldn't that be some of the benefits that these state governments can now use it to develop their different states instead of the monies going into certain pockets?
The money that was going to states for development has always been more than enough. It has always been abused by the government.
And then they say some states are not viable.
Yeah, well, they're not because they're not raising any money, but they're getting money from the federation account. Everybody's getting money. That's why we talk about the other issue you raised, which is of concern to me. We have not been contributing to how we review the Constitution. No, we have. That's why we were promoting restructuring. Restructuring the Constitution is what will solve the problem in Nigeria. Therefore, listen, You devolve power to the states so that the states have access to the mineral resources to develop their states, as they have in the United States. All the structures we are borrowing from abroad.
All right,
This
no,
is
I
why
want to leave.
Odo cannot.
Hold on. I want to leave this conversation here because I really want to move to the diplomatic strides. And I want to ask you, some have said how the president became the ECOWAS chairman of ECOWAS heads of state and government is unprecedented. It's never happened before that less than 45 days of a president in office, and his first term is made the ECOWAS chairman of heads of state and government. But some people say, look, it's been a distraction, from focusing on the real issues in the country. How do you respond to all of the bilateral relations that they have termed economic diplomacy of the president, whether it's a visit to France, to Kenya, Guinea, whether it's to India, also of recent, and the UAE?
Thank you very much. That is how we are in this part of the world. If President Tinubu becomes the world leader tomorrow, some people will still criticize him for the sake of it, so that people will say, yes, you have done well, you are criticizing him. He did not make himself the headship of the ECOWAS. They gave it to him because of his track record. That one should be a plus to us. So anybody criticizing should come up to say, these are my reasons. Anybody saying it's a distraction, you cannot shave my head in my absence. Tinubu is not a small man. He knows what is good for him. If it's a distraction, he will tell you it's a distraction. He has not said so. He took that position with happiness and in good faith. So those people criticizing should come out and tell the whole world why they think so. They are entitled to that. Secondly, on the issue of this diplomat, he has been to India. The visit to India has been so good. More job is coming. Now, the balance of trade is assured. He has gone to India to canvass, not to go and drink tea, not to go and dance cucumber, purely business. And then in a couple of months to come, we shall all see the benefits of it all.
And so how will you respond to those who have said, look, you should have focused on the local issues first, deal with them before, all of these trips and trying to get investment?
Thank you very much. That is why people will castigate you, even when you are doing your best. That's what I said. That is how we are in this part of the world. Restructuring. At the time, we had the chance, we had the president that spent so much in assembling people, and then they came up with what's to be done. 6 months after that paper document submitted to him, they could not, even one sentence of it, they could not implement it. The same character that were on board then, that couldn't do it 6-9 months after they have spent so much, and then they have received that document.
But you're forgetting that it was the APC that took over right after.
Before
and that document was also handed over.
Before APC took over, what is the timeline? Must you take... President Tinubu has just 600 days. He has done wonderfully well. 6 months, I sent you to a market. Go and buy me okra. I want to cook. You have not given me the okra. I will not go to bed. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, somebody will not come. I'm not saying that they didn't give me enough time to cook the okra. When nobody prompted me, it was my readiness that made me to send for that okra. What were they looking for? That is all, by the way. I'm not here to castigate any government.
So I have
what I'm not saying that restructuring does not end there. My big brother comes from a constituency. He has a representative. Forget about whether that person could be PDP, Labour, APC. No. Once we get into that chamber, all party politics has gone.
So
have you drafted anything and hand it over that? Go there.
Mr. Fine,
on our behalf.
Allow me
this is what we want.
Dr. Pierce into the conversation, because we have just a few minutes left, and I want him to be able to speak to the diplomatic strides of the president. People have commended him and said perhaps that ECOWAS chairmanship he got, it's some level of belief in his ability to lead the continent out of this quagmire that it is in, And we've also seen the commendation coming from President Biden to him and the push for a meeting with President Biden.
President Tinubu got the chairmanship of ECOWAS. I commend him, but not because of his track record. He has no track record. He just started. He got it because of the power of Nigeria. A Nigerian president is due to be chairman of ECOWAS. It makes sense. Good. I'm happy for him. But what did he do? 60 days after he got the chairmanship, he wanted to declare war on Niger. Big mistake. He's been going to India, going all over the world. Fantastic. That's what the president should do. But guess what? Mark my word, it's going to amount to nothing. You know why? Nobody is coming from India, Pakistan, Russia, anywhere to invest in a country where there's no security. Nobody is coming to invest in a country where the economy is in shambles. Where company, you say, can I name any company? Let me tell you, I know companies. I have a friend, a Greek friend who had business here. He had to lay off almost 40% of his staff, withdrew his children from the US back to his country because they couldn't pay the school fees anymore. So therefore, if you don't take care of your home, nobody's coming to invest. So all of that diplomacy is not going to drink tea, but is going to take photographs. That's all he's doing.
But
nobody's coming here unless charity begins at home.
I want to say this, that the president did not declare war on Nigeria because he only has one vote. Hold on, in the ECOWAS. And all of the presidents also were, and they had put the ECOWAS force on a standby. But number two,
the body language is wrong.
Number two, hold on. Number two is that this presidency has said they were able to secure about $14 billion investment from India. And some economists have said, look, that's commendable.
Look. Again, you think I'm a theorist, I'm just, let me tell you. If your country has a problem with security and your economy is so weak and your naira is almost 100 now to $1, you have a problem of investors coming in. Forget about 14 billion. By the way, there's something about Tinubu that bothers me more than anything else, is his ability to use the media to deceive. He used it to get rid of Jonathan. It worked very well. But now I'm seeing the signs
when you
again.
Say get rid of Jonathan, I'd like you to correct
well,
that. Because
the point I'm making is that we look,
I would want us to speak based
media
on
propaganda.
Just Dr. Pierce, just hold on. I would
I
like
withdraw that one. Forget about that.
Thank you. Because people went to the polls and voted.
The media propaganda we're getting now, all sorts of information coming in. This one, that one, 14 billion. Let us see. What does that translate into? Let us see how many companies will come here in the next 12 months.
Okay.
My prediction is if your country is not secured, where they're shooting down military planes and people cannot travel from state to state, and the labor unions are all complaining. That's why they went on strike, to say that we have no faith in this economy.
And just one part of the labor union went on strike, and that's
Which other part didn't go on strike?
The TUC did not go on strike. The TUC refused to go on strike. But let's anchor this conversation.
Let me quickly
in like a minute.
Let me quickly say this. If Tinubu is using or had used press for whatever reason to get rid of people, according to you, I'm not aware of that.
He withdrew that statement.
We withdrawn that.
He withdrew that statement.
Because political propaganda in a campaign is welcome.
If Tinubu is using press, that means he has faith in press. It's a plus to him. What are Nigerians, including you, doing? Can't you make use of, I'm coming, that Tinubu is making use of press to project himself for whatever reason? It's a plus to Tinubu. He has not taken up arms to project his points. That means the press should even, by your statement, should even by tomorrow, confer on him and honor that as far as this sector is concerned, you have faith in us. That is a plus. I've asked some people saying that during a particular president, when first subsidy was about being removed, you went to reorganize and whatever. That makes him a big man, according to those people propagating that statement. What are they doing now? why are they not doing the same thing
All right.
against him?
So
It's
I
a-
just,
it's a- it's a
we're
framework.
about to wrap. I
So
want
if
you to,
Tinubu could do
Mr.
all
Fayinka,
and again, I'm sorry, you said
have-
ECOWAS, that he got it fine, but he did not get it because of his track. According to you, you said he has gotten none, that he got it by the power of Nigeria.
Yes.
We have heard in the past when Nigerian was to be the secretary of United Nations. He didn't get it, so Nigeria didn't have power there.
all right, Mr. Fayinka, I want to anchor the
And you say
conversation.
Tinubu did not.
I will
does not have a
give
track
Mr.
record.
Pierce the last 30 seconds.
ECOWAS is not the same
I'll give
thing
Mr.
as
Pierce the
United
last 30
Nations.
seconds.
It doesn't
to
matter.
respond.
Difference.
It's
Mr. Pierce,
not-
last 30 seconds to respond to that, and then we'll end the conversation.
He has the
because we're out of
charisma,
time.
hence he got it.
Look, locally, there are three sectors which any government has to address: security, the economy, and good governance. In my own review, in my own opinion, Tinubu has failed in all three in these 100 days. Maybe in the future it will do better, but for now, what I have seen, failure. Security, we are not secured. They are beheading people every day in Southeast. You will say that is the governor's business. It is his government.
Right.
He's
So
in charge.
I want to anchor on this.
Security, one.
Because that was done even before he became president. And some
No.
Some will say
Today,
that the
right
sit-at-home
now,
order has
right
even
now,
been lifted even
right-
while he became president.
Right now, in the last 60 days, there have been 3 or 4 beheadings from the Southeast, South. Militia all over the place in the South. This country is not secure. No investor comes here except Lagos.
All right.
Anyway, look, the economy is in shambles.
I would like to talk
People
about,
are suffering,
I would like to talk about
and then
security.
governance.
I'm
Governance.
out of
And then
time.
the
The biggest government
We're out
in
of
My good
time.
Nigeria.
brother,
How
my-
can you
my
have
good brother,
50 ministers?
You are
All right.
a Lagosian.
50 ministers
You are a
and
Lagosian.
hundreds of
You are a
people.
Lagosian of note. God forbid, will
All right.
anyone be so courageous to go to Saleko and start beheading without the echoes,
Mr.
on the
Fayinka,
echoes,
we
apprehend
need-
that person?
we need
Who
to-
are those beheading?
We need to,
So,
all right, we need to leave the
are
conversation.
you now saying the
here.
governor
We
of
need
that
to leave the
state
conversation
has no
here.
duty?
Well,
No,
basically,
he has a
all
duty.
right.
But the buck stops with the president
Dr.
of the
Pierce,
country.
Dr. Pierce, thank you. Mr. Fayinka, thank you. A lot to talk about. I wish we had, 2 hours for these conversations. It still will not be enough. But thank you to the member representing Mushin Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Mr. Oluwatoyin Moses Fayinka. Thank you for talking to us. And his big brother, he's been calling you big brother in the conversation
Yes,
since,
yes, my brother.
PDP Chieftain, Dr. Pierce Tukumba. Thank you for coming. All right, you've been watching Standpoint. We have to go, but remember that you can catch a repeat broadcast of this program at 11 p.m. tonight and 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. I am Precious Amayo.